Dreamers, welcome back. It's time for an Empties video. I do also have a whole bunch of products in here that I'm decluttering, so we'll be doing an Empties / decluttering video. So I'm going to start off with Empties and then I will do Declutters. So the first thing that I have that is empty is my hair dye, which I have one every month. It's the Schwarzkopf Amethyst Black. This is, I do my hair every 4 weeks because if I don't, then you can see my gray roots and I don't want you to be able to see those. So I have one of those every single month. I also have a Kate Somerville Exfoliate. I really liked this cleanser. I think that if you have normal skin, this might be a little bit too heavy. I'm not really sure how it would do for dry skin. I've never really had dry skin, but if you have combination oily or oily skin, this is a fantastic cleanser. It cleans off all of your makeup, cleans your face really well. It has, let's see, it's formulated with a duo of AHAs and pumpkin, papaya, and pineapple enzymes. It really, I think, gives me a nice complexion. It is a bit expensive though. I think it was $38 and it only lasts me 2.5 to 3 months. And usually my cleansers last me a little bit longer than that. I did try a new cleanser that is a little bit less expensive that I mentioned in my June favorites by Basha. If you want to go watch that video, I will link it down below. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to repurchase this, but I do want to try a couple of less expensive options before I come back to this. I also have the Kate Somerville Nourish Moisturizer, and it's shiny, so my camera doesn't want to focus on it. There we go. This is a very expensive moisturizer, and this is a lie. There's only 1.7 ounces in here. So this whole top is the pump. It's got one of those pumps where you just push down on it and the product comes out the top. And then that is all the space that you have for product. If I stick my finger down in there, that's it. That's as deep as it goes. The rest of this is empty space. So it looks like there's a lot in here, but there's not. This expensive moisturizer only lasted me about 2 months. And for as much as it cost, this did not blow me away. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to try less expensive options. I will not be repurchasing that moisturizer. Okay, other empties, I have an HK Girl top coat. I really like this top coat by Glisten and Glow. There's still some product in there, but it's gotten to the point where it's just really thick and goopy and hard to get out. And I just don't mess with stuff when it gets down to that point because the brush barely reaches in there. I really like this, but it's only available online. So I have switched to Out the Door, which you can get at Sally Beauty, and it's less. So while I like this, I'm not going to be repurchasing it because I found something that I like better that's more readily available. I have a CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer. This is in, I think this was in medium. I like this concealer, and if you had asked me a few months ago, I would have said that this will be my drugstore concealer that I will always repurchase, but I will be repurchasing the Maybelline Better Skin concealer instead of this one because I do like the coverage better. I have a sample of your Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I really like the setting spray, but I like the L'Oreal setting spray just as well, and it's half the price. So I will not be purchasing that. I haven't actually ever purchased that one. I've just had several samples that I have enjoyed. I have a Twilight Woods lotion from Bath and Body Works. I still have 2 or 3 of these triple body moisture body creams to go through. before I go repurchase anything from Bath & Body Works. I will wait for their semi-annual sale, and then I'm not really sure whether I will repurchase this fragrance or not. I really did like it, but usually when I go to the semi-annual sale, I kind of re-smell everything and see what's striking my fancy at that time. I don't necessarily take in a list of anything that I'm specifically looking for. So I may or may not end up with that one again, but I did really, really enjoy it. I have a sample of this Shiseido, what is this? Ultimune Power Infusing Concentrate. I absolutely loved this, but it is so expensive. If you guys have a suggestion for a serum that is less expensive that really works fantastically, leave me a comment down below and let me know, because I really need to find a serum that I am in love with for my skincare routine. And I love this one, but I do not love the price tag. So it was really, really sad when that sample ended. I have a sample of the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. I really like the effect that this mask has. I like what it does for my face, but I will not purchase this for one reason and one reason only, and that's because it smells like black licorice the entire time that you have it on your face. That entire time that you're waiting for the mask to dry, it smells like black licorice, and I hate the smell of black licorice. I do have a mud mask that I really love that I found at CVS. It's a brand new brand that they had there called In Light. I've talked about it. I think I might have talked about it in my favorites last month, but that one is less than half the price of the Glam Glow, and I will be purchasing that one because I think that it does the exact same thing that this does, but it smells good. Let's see, other Empties. Digging. I have some cotton rounds. These are the Studio 35 ones that you can get from Walgreens. I really like these. They're very affordable, and so that's the brand that I usually try to buy. I have a Clinique High Impact Mascara. This is in the what is this color called? The Brightening Black. It's the one that has that slightly bluish tint to it. I really like the Clinique High Impact Mascara, but I like just the plain old black one better. I do like this one. I just like that plain old black one better. I think that it's darker, it's blacker, and that's what I tend to go for. So I will not be repurchasing this color, and I'm not going to be repurchasing any of the High Impact Mascara from Clinique right now because I have about 4 or 5 little sample sizes that I need to go through first. I also finished off the Mary Kay Love Lash Lengthening Mascara. This is my absolute favorite everyday mascara. It gives you decent length, it gives you really great volume, really great separation, a lot of deep color. It's not gonna give you the false lash look or doll eyes or anything like that. It's just a really great staple everyday mascara that you know you can depend on to look absolutely great and make your lashes look fantastic. So I will be getting some more of that. Let's see, I have a sample of the Professional primer. I really like this primer. I don't like it enough to purchase it, but I do like it enough to use every single sample that comes my way. There are other primers from the drugstore that I think do the exact same thing or better. So I'm not gonna spend that money on that. In fact, that In Light brand has a fantastic primer that I'm absolutely in love with. Let's see. When It Rains, It Pours, Pore Refining Serum. So I will get this every time over the Professional. Okay, I think I finished off the Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner in black. I really like this eyeliner, but when it comes to drugstore eyeliners, I just don't think that anything comes close to beating Jessie's Girl. Now, the Maybelline is readily available to me. Jessie's Girl is not. I do have to order that online. We do not have Rite Aids anywhere close to here. We have to go 3 or 4 states over in order to get one. So I'm gonna try to pick up a couple when we go on vacation in August of the Jessie's Girl instead of this Maybelline. This is not really an empty, but it's done for. This is a Tarina Tarantino liquid eyeliner, and it's in black glitter. I just didn't, I mean, I used a decent amount of this, but it's all dried up now. I liked this. It looked very pretty when you put it on. I would put this on the top of just a regular black eyeliner because by itself you could barely see this, but if you put it on top of a regular black eyeliner, it just gave some glitter to your eyeliner. So I did like this, but I just didn't use it enough because it didn't really have any kind of staying power and it's just dried up. Okay, major fail for the month, and then we are on to declutter. This sample of Sephora's the mascara, first off, I'm pretty sure that it's not supposed to open and look that way, or if it is, that's really just weird, but I hated this. This didn't really give me any kind of separation or volume. This just, it was really wet and very sticky, and it just glued my lashes together and made it look like I had 4 or 5 like spikes of lashes, and it got all over my face. It just flaked off really bad all day long, so that was a big super fail. Okay, everything else is a declutter, and what I've been doing is I've been going through my entire collection, trying things out, and if I don't love it, if I'm not going to use it, I'm passing it on. And there's a couple of different ways that I pass things on. I offer them to family and friends, or I take them to our local women's shelter. If something is fairly new, or it's still in packaging, or I've barely used it, I usually try to take it to the women's shelter. If it's something that, you know, I've used quite a bit or has been around for a little while, I will usually give it to friends or family. So these products are not going to waste. They are just changing homes, going to someone who will love them and give them the use that I will not do. So the first couple of things that I have are 2 foundations that are just not my color, so I'm not sure why they're in my collection. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free foundation. This is a stick foundation. I do really like this foundation, but this is not my color. This is in classic ivory, and I really need something that's more of a natural beige, so I'm going to pass that on to someone with that skin color. And then also, same deal with this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. This is in 30, and it is way too light for me. I probably need 4 or 5 shades down the row. I mean, you can see just from the bottle. I'm not even sure why I have this, so I'm going to pass that along. I do have another foundation in here that I'm passing on, and this is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Foundation. I have this in 204 Creamy Natural. This is a good color for me, but I don't like this at all. I've tried it with all sorts of different primers. I've tried it with different brushes. I've tried it with no primer. I've tried it just all sorts of different ways, and no matter what I do, this accentuates the hair on my face, and I don't have a lot of hair on my face. I just kind of have that little bit of baby fuzz, but this really accentuates that for some reason, and I've never had a foundation do that. I've seen this look absolutely gorgeous on other people, so I'm going to pass that on to someone who it will look gorgeous on. I'm also passing on the concealer that goes with that. This is in 302 Light. I know I've watched a lot of videos where this is in people's favorite drugstore concealers, and it just doesn't work for me. It's too thin. When I try to blend it in, it really doesn't blend in. It just looks very streaky on me and doesn't really cover my dark circles. So obviously this is a good concealer, it just doesn't work for me. So I will give that to someone who it will work for. I have a primer, the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I'm gonna pass this on to my sister because I know that she likes this. This worked great for me last year and 2 years ago, but this year my skin does not like it. It is sinking into and accentuating fine lines. It's not really making my foundation look great. I'm going to guess that it's not the product because it's worked great for me in the past. I'm just gonna guess that it's my changing skin. As I get older, I am 39 years old, and my skin just doesn't really like this particular primer anymore. So I will be passing that on. Blushes. I have quite a few blushes in here. The first ones are the Wet n Wild ombre blushes. I love Wet n Wild blushes, but these are not the same. They were just so disappointing, and I think I did a video just of these, or I know I have a photo somewhere of these all swatched out, but these just do not show up on my skin at all. They just don't show up. So I'm going to pass these on to someone with very fair skin, because I have seen pictures of these on people with very fair skin and they look amazing. They just don't look good on anybody that doesn't have very fair skin. I have the Milani Illuminating Face Powder in Hermosa Rose. I like this product. It's beautiful. It's got those roses on there, and I just really wanted to love this. It's too light to be a blush for me. It just kind of blends into my skin tone and you can't really see it at all. It doesn't even give me kind of a natural wash, and it's too dark to be a highlight. So I'm just not really sure. I can't really get it to work for me. So you can see there, you see what I'm talking about. Too light to be a blush, too dark to be a highlight. So I really did want to love that product. I bought it honestly because of how it looked, but it's time to move it out of my collection because I just don't use it. I'm also going to be passing on this City Color Be Matte Blush. I like this product. I don't like this color. This is in the color Fresh Melon. And it's just not my color. Just not my color. I don't think that this looks very nice on me. It's not a color that I am grabbing for. So I will be picking up some more City Color of the Be Matte blushes, but in different shades, and I'm gonna pass that particular shade on. Okay, that is all blushes. Let's talk, no, I got one more blush. It's the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine, and I'm not passing this on because I don't like it or I don't like the color. I'm passing it on because I have two. And you guys know these blushes last forever. I don't think that I've ever used up a blush, so there's no reason for me to have two, so I'm going to give that to someone who will love it. All right, let's talk brow products. I have several brow products in here that I am passing on. With my hair being the color that it is and a very dark color and kind of purple, I have trouble finding the right color of brow product. And I've gotten I've gotten several of these that are in here in subscription boxes, and several of them I've purchased to give it a try, and they're just not the right color. The Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit, I think that they have a darker one of these. I got the one that was auburn, thinking that that might work better with my purple hair, but it just doesn't. It's a little bit too taupey for me. I'm not crazy about the wax that's in here, but I really like the powders and I really like these tiny tools. The Makeup Revolution kit that's like this, that has the little tiny tools and the wax and all that, that's the one that I'm going to be sticking with because the colors match me a lot better than these do. But if I do happen to come across this in a darker shade, then I will be picking it up. Same thing with this Peak Natural Stain Brow Powder in Espresso. This is just too light for me. I really do love the product. I really do love this product. I love the packaging. It is so, so, so cute. And I did look on their website because I was going to get a darker color of this, but this is, I think, the only color that they have of this particular product, and it's just not dark enough. If you have really dark hair, it's just not gonna be dark enough. Same thing with this Douce brow filler pencil. It doesn't have what the color is, but it's got this really kind of nice brush on the end, but the color is just too light for me. I can get this to work, but I have to press so hard in order to get the color dark enough that I end up drawing on my skin underneath instead of just my eyebrows. So I will be passing that on to someone with lighter hair. That's really the problem with most of these brow products. This Chella or Shella Tantalizing Taupe eyebrow color. I love this pencil. It's very, very skinny. It works fantastic. I love the consistency of the product, but it's just way too light for me. This is really for someone with blonde hair. Last brow product, this is the Maybelline Define and Fill Duo. The color it's okay, but this pencil it requires kind of like the Douce. I have to press really hard to get it to be dark enough. It's just not a very soft cream on the pencil, so I'm just not crazy about that. And the other end, which has the powder, this is just too fat for my eyebrows. I make a mess. Every time I try to put it on, I get completely out of my hairline. My eyebrows are not big and bushy, they are very skinny. I'm not going with the big and bushy brow trend because I like my eyebrows just like this with this shape. So that is just too fat and the color is just not right. Let's see, what else do I have here? Couple eye product type things. The Kat Von D Prime and Correct High Voltage Eye Primer. It just kills me to pass this on because this is the only Kat Von D product I've ever tried that I didn't like, but this is just too yellow for me. It actually looks very yellow when I put it on my eyes. Actually, let me show you just a little bit here. You can see that is very, very yellow on me. And so my eyeshadows do not look, I keep dropping my towel. My eyeshadows do not look true to color. It really changes the way that they look. It's just not right for my eyes, but it's a really fantastic primer. So I wish the color was a little bit different or they had different colors, but someone will be able to use that. I got a sample of the Benefits They're Real mascara in my Sephora Play box in June. I've tried 2 samples of this before and I already know that I don't particularly care for it, but I know that a lot of people really like it. So I'm not even gonna open that and I'm just going to pass it on. Couple more eye things. I have this Pacifica Duo in Natural Beauty. You know, when I look at this, I look at the colors and I go, ooh, I really love those. But the purple doesn't show up very dark. It's a really light wash of purple. I just can't build it up to where I want it to be. And that's a really sort of heavy swatch to get that purple. And then this doesn't look white at all. It's a very gold color. So I'm just not crazy about those colors. I know other people will be. It's just not up my alley. So that is going to be passed on, as well as this palette from Lorac. This is the Resort Eye and Cheek palette, which I got on Haute. I love the way that this looks, but the blushes, I don't really care for the way that they look on me. This one's too dark. This one's just too Barbie pink, and I just don't do Barbie pink blushes. The bronzer does not look good on me at all. The highlight's great. I like the eyeshadows. These darker ones are really hard to blend, but there's nothing in the eyeshadows that's unique to my collection in here. I probably have these eyeshadows several times over. The only one that I was concerned about is this kind of shimmery green one, and I did find that I have something almost exactly like it in a different palette in my collection. So I'm going to pass this on to someone who doesn't have as much makeup as I have and can appreciate the colors that are in here and really grab for this instead of just leaving it sitting on the shelf doing nothing. Last 2 products are lip products. I don't know why I do this, but every now and then I think I should try wearing bright lipstick, and it's always a bad idea. So I have 2 lipsticks that are way too bright. that are going to someone who likes to wear a bright lipstick. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Hunk, and I love this formula. I don't like this color. It's like magenta, and I've never worn it. I've put it on and I've taken it off before I've walked out of the house because I just don't feel comfortable wearing those bright colors. And again, I love this formula of lipstick too. This is the Rimmel Kate series. This is in 107. And when I bought this, you know, you can't swatch drugstore stuff in the store. When I bought this, I thought this was going to be this really nice sort of deep berry color, and it's a much brighter berry color than I thought it was going to be. And I put it on and I just look at myself and go, that's too bright, and I take it off. So I've never actually worn that one out of the house either. So I'm going to pass those on to someone who I know really enjoys wearing those bright shades. So that is it, all done with the empties and the decluttering for June. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.